Oh boy, okay. Okay. I got a few moments here, so I'll shoot out the rest of the fire. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, so it's spirituality reading for the week. Finishing off the horoscopes for the week here. So Aries, Leo, Sag, they're all here in that order. So here we go. I'm just going to get right into it. First card, the crone. Alrighty, the crone. What do I get here? Yeah, this woman has dealt with a lot of darkness. Excuse me. So she is very much... No, I'm filming. Sorry. I don't usually do readings in the morning. So the crone, she has dealt with her fair share of darkness here. She is along the spirituality evolved path as well. We might be feeling removed from our instinct here. This is Aries, okay? I'm going to leave it at that for now. Next, Three of Air. There's a sense of looking deeper into some things here. We have an interest level that is bringing us forward. I can't seem to get out of the darkness here, neither the cards showing that light. There's just a little bit peeking here in the background. This is making me highly aware of that. But nonetheless, we're looking for some wisdom here. Looking into things in order to gain wisdom, and I don't know what side of the tracks we're on. Next is the King of Water. King of Water is about, yeah, they're showing me the book. Maybe we'll just dive into it. But what I'm getting instinctively is, I mean, this man is about his emotions, right? Diving deeper into them, I feel like the Aries may be diving deeper into this territory, inadvertently learning things they're not looking for, if you get my drift. That owl is just, those eyes are going like, we're searching for one thing, but we're going to be learned in another, is the sense I'm getting. So I'm going to read from this King of Water here and see what comes out. 298. There's a novel here that's written, but I'm not going to go that far. There's just a message within the first paragraph they're telling me that needs to be said that I probably won't pick up intuitively here. Okay, so keywords to this king are calm, contemplative, insightful, fluid, balanced, protective, nurturing, jealousy, and possessiveness. So that's what I wouldn't have attached to this, actually, was the jealousy and possessiveness. Usually in my sphere here, the King of Water is about the emotions and about retaining those. But anyway, the King of Water represents a strong man who is calm and protective. Like a safe harbor in the storm, he is nurturing, caring father who embraces no gender-specific rule. He is willing to be both mother and father, nurturer and protector, homemaker and provider. As a partner, he's loving and supportive, a gentle but passionate and sensual lover, and someone who is not afraid to explore and experiment. He's both sensitive and thoughtful, but never weak or soft, and he exudes strength. He is who he is because he chooses to present a caring, adaptable, and fluid. That's weird how they wrote that. He is who he is because he chooses to be present. Oh, sorry, and caring, adaptable, and fluid. He loves to use his senses because to do so is to elicit an emotional response. and he's willing to look within and explore these emotions to increase his understanding. He's a person who is successfully married, critical thinking and emotional logic, the process of using one's emotions and feelings in a logical manner to become more knowledgeable and aware. He uses this to his advantage. Okay, I'm not going to go on. That's it. I feel like this links, interestingly enough, back to the Aries. They're wanting to look into these areas. And what I get spiked for here. Things that elicit an emotional response to explore into emotions and increase the understanding. I feel like that's interesting because I did a reading this week for Pisces, and I don't know if I marked it properly, but they were saying they need to the Pisces reading needs to be seen by the Aries, and the Aries needs to learn from that. And I feel like this is what there's something in either in that reading or like a suggestive thought that needs to go across to the Aries here to learn in the right way. It's like they're not going to come across it naturally. And the interesting thing is, though, even if they don't see the reading, they don't go and search the depths. Universe is the energies are pushing them to go in this direction anyway. They're going to come across, just going to take a little longer span of time to figure this out. Has to do with the emotional centers. So we may have some Aries here is not tapped into their emotional center at all. So they're going to be having to do this or be pointed in the direction. Again, their curiosity is naturally going to peak in a certain area. And they'll be rerouted from there is the sense I'm getting. Okay, carrying on. On top of the crone, again, I feel like this Aries is in search of some wisdom for some answers here. And to expand on that, we have the Five of Cups. Yeah, we may have been disappointed by a lover or partner or disappointed period in a situation here. And we're needing to gain insight into it, okay? So this is, now last week I had a reading. It was quite heavy for the Aries. There was an argument or a crux point here that this Aries had gone through. And so this was the sense here. I feel like now they're trying to gain their insight to figure out how to deal with this situation. So on top of that insight card, we get the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about leaving something because we are unfulfilled. We are looking for a Ten of Cups, and we feel that all the work that we've put in here, we're not going to gain it, is what I'm getting. And then again, there was a disappointment that come down here, heavily made us realize this to a higher degree. On top of that, King of Water, again, I feel like that is not a character. It is her energy looking for an emotional center within herself to deal with this properly. They're going to come across it. It's faded. But I feel maybe not this week, but we'll see. On top of that, we have the Empress. Well, that is about learning how to deal with the heart. Trying to fill our cup, fill our emotions. We may not have done this, and the relationship that we were in is emphasizing this. We have not filled our own cup. We do not feel full on our own. Therefore, no one outside of us can help us with that, right? And if we're leaving a scenario here because of disappointment, it may be illuminating the fact that we are not full ourselves, so we cannot find a partner or make things work with a partner until we are full. So this is the problem here. Okay, so on the Five of Cups, what do we get there? The Page of Pentacles. So this talks about job offers, good health, financial stability. So is this the area we're lacking? Do we not feel financially stable within our own selves, like we could not do it without the partner? Is this something, right? Or are we good in this area and we are now feeling that this is something we need to embellish more? I'm getting, for the most part, this may be lacking, but nonetheless, on the Eight of Cups, again, leaving a scenario because we were unhappy with it. We have the Chariot that talks about driving forces. What was behind there? Well, that was the knowledge, yeah, because they're feeling very driven to find out. Even though we're leaving a scenario, we're very driven to find out more information about what happened here. And I feel it's in the emotional center. So it might be very selfish in a good way. Finding out what the hell did I do to contribute? What did my partner do? Talking about emotions, centers that the fire may not be so comfortable with, but they're going there nonetheless to try and gain wisdom, because every other area I can't get any answers. So they're going to the last place they're going to look. The Empress, which leads us to our heart, right? And this is the King of Water pushing this. So there's a heart-centered place this Aries wants to advance to, so that they can go outward and find a better match, really, is what I'm getting. We have the King of Cups again. What? Hold on here. Yeah, we start out with the King of Water, and I felt like that energy went back to the Aries. They are searching their soul to find out what happened here. And then they're going, yeah, this Aries is learning how to fill their own cup. Why? So that they can find their King of Cups. Laid back, caring, old soul. So the sense I'm getting here is, we are either, if we're in a partnered relationship, we may be taking a break from it in order to realize whether we want to go back there or not. And if we are dealing with a relationship here that is not of marriage, we may be leaving it to find someone more suitable. Because I feel like if we're paired, we might have a possibility of going back. But if we're not paired, meaning married legally, we might be looking for a different partner altogether. And if we're single, well, it's a different partner altogether. We had a disappointment here, an argument, a crux point, and we're kind of really trying to figure out whether we want to stay or we want to go. And that's what I feel the Aries is coming across here. But I feel like it came to a head, and now suddenly we're making bigger decisions than just we have been in the past. Okay, so as we go deeper into the Isis, now it's interesting to me. I don't know if you can see back there. No, I'm going to show you this box. This is my Isis box. I put it up here 4 times. See, oh, now it stayed. 4 times it fell back on me. I'm like, what the hell? So these are going to be very powerful, is what I'm getting. It would not stay up, and it's funny that it stays up now on film. Anyway, first card, past life, present power. Okay. This talks about, give me a minute here. Where were my cards? My other cards. I want to look at these animal cards. Because the first card was, yeah, the Page of Pentacles, about finances and whatnot. Past life, present power is about how essence waves of the past life memories, things that undercurrents that are in your life you may not understand from this lifetime, why you take such a rigid stance. Yeah, a part of that could be, I'll just throw out a scenario. Say we have a hard time staying with a certain type of job. We don't want to stay in one spot all the time. It may have dealings with past life situations, may explain this to you. You may be given insight into this. And also, I don't have my water with me. And also, this can have openings to past, an increase of frequency in your abilities, meaning more intuition, more insight, And again, the Aries got to watch what side of the tracks they're on, because they go quite highly on the wrong side of the tracks all the time. And that is why we're having problems, if we're having problems at this point. If we're free flowing and we don't have any agitation in our life at this time, we're on the right side of the tracks and may have been for quite a while. If we're running into snag after snag after snag when we're trying to go forward, this is why we're on the wrong side. So there may be some abilities intuitively coming here. Don't abuse them. Don't use them to harm others. Use them to go forward in your path. Again, watch the Pisces reading. That will give you insight into things in that way. Now, next is your initiation. Yeah, we are being initiated here into a higher frequency. Are we deserving or not? And this is, again, don't step on the wrong side of the tracks, because we'll get beat back quite harshly. The Aries is used to a heavy punishment, so they're going to get it even harder. So for those on the wrong side of the tracks for quite a while, this is going to be harsh. Harsh boundaries are going to come down universally on them. I hope you're not one of them, because it really will take a lot of things away. And maybe this is the beginning process of that, because they're showing me this disappointment card and trying to understand, and they're going, we really do have to think for our highest good and go from there and not harm others in the process. If we can do this, we will get forward successfully. That's all it takes, is just focusing on our highest good and not harming others. That's it. Because if we go out in vengeance, this is going to hit you tenfold. Quite assertive there. Okay, initiation process coming down. We have some past life stuff coming up for us to illuminate us to problem areas or highlight things that may help us understand why we're getting blocked in certain ways. Next, rising sun, divine solar child, and rebirth. So yeah, there is a rebirthing of an energy that wants to come forward here. Again, I'm getting the negativity. So they're showing me this card again. And they're saying this woman has been in darkness. There's some here that have been in darkness, not all. And we're looking in the darkness for answers, and they're not going to be found there. We're going to be heavily punished if we go there. The light is behind us, so we really have to do a 180 from where we're headed. And this may be hard, and this may be why. This is the initiation. Are they going to be able to figure out that when they're going in the wrong way, number one, and we're not getting anywhere doing that, number two. And then that's the changing, that's the birthing of the energy that wants to come forth for the Aries. They want to turn your life around, but they can't do it, your sit-ups for you. You have to do it. You have to physically go in a different direction. You have to decide not to go out and bash other people. We just go forward in the way that we want to go forward. Don't worry about who's in competition. Don't worry about who's going to get ahead of you or who's running right behind you. Just go forward. Don't worry about tripping the guy next to you. Just go forward. They're really getting stern here because we're tapping their toes, and they're going, pretty soon they're going to end up in the hospital. This is how it's going. Okay, past life, present power. There are tools and abilities coming from your past lives, past experience, not of this life, okay? On top of that, we get temptation, yeah, which is, right, because it gives us insight. We are tempted to use it in the wrong way. Be careful with this. This is life-destructive energy, and not only that, it stays forever. Because if we have people over the age of 30, it's going to be forever. We got 30 years here to lock in. Bad energies, don't want it. You don't want no part of this, because it will be hell on earth, and you will stay there till your 30 years are up. Man, a huge warning. I'm going to tap these guys. Okay, so initiation. You are being initiated. Are you going to pass the test? What do you get there? We get a feminine energy reduction. There are things that are going to have to go. One is the need for vengeance and to harm others. There's a high, I don't know whose energy I'm picking up on here. There's a high need to hurt someone because they're doing something you want, getting something you want, going in the direction you want, and somehow you're being blocked. Be careful with that. Because reduction can come to you as well. It can take everything from you that you truly want. And it's starting now. Now, here's the thing, initiation starting with reduction, it's not a good sign that we're going in the right way. It means, one, we got to reduce the influence that we're getting. We may be influenced by others to do this, cheered on by others to go in this direction. Again, you got to be within your own energy field. You have to be, what's the word? Solidated, solitary, within your own field. Once you figure out who you are, what you want, then just go in that direction. Don't worry about what the peanut gallery's doing. Because I feel like we got a cheering section here that's made up of just bad energy. If we drop that, we would see. But they're going, we're in no mood to drop these people because they are feeding our ego. And this is where we're headed. So be careful with those around you, getting you to do things that you may not normally feel internally with your instinct that you want to do. And be careful with the instinct you get, not to use it against others. Okay? Man. Rising sun. On top of that, we get destroyer. Yeah. And look at what it's going after. Okay. Now, here's the tricky part. We are after something or someone to destroy it, to get it out of our field so we can gain what we want. Simple as that. I feel like we're not going to pass the test here. Next. On top of the temptation, right? The temptation, because we're going to get instinct here. And we could use that instinct to really screw someone over. But we're not thinking about the karma points here. Not at all. Now, because of this beauty, it may have to do with someone we consider more beautiful than us, or have to do in this area. Is this purely ego and jealousy is what I'm getting? That's kind of a waste, people. Yeah, someone we consider either more beautiful than us, or our idea of beauty outside of, okay, just give me a minute here. Yeah, we're getting instinct. And because of that instinct, we're going to, yeah, they're showing me someone really putting on the Ritz. Like really. So I feel like this might be for partner. I feel like we might be dolling ourselves up to gain headway over someone else. Okay, just, yeah, this is about a love direction. So we're trying to overpower somebody else's choice in a love direction. Trying to take someone's lover, really, is the sense. And you cannot do this. If it is truly their lover, they just won't go. So we may be learning a lesson in this way. Okay, so there's temptation here. Somebody is trying to take another person's lover, knowing full well it is not meant for them, but doing it out of a power trip. I'm going to get it because I want that other person to have it. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. Reduction. What's going to happen there? We have risk. Yeah, they're not only warning that this is a risk when we know intuitively this is not our path. We're doing this just to create chaos and to create hard, what do you call that? Create an obstacle for someone else. Okay. On top of the destroyer. Complicated. Well, this is interesting. So this tells me there's somewhat of a valid force here, but at the same time, something here is valid, something's completely invalid is kind of the energy I'm getting. Just let me suss this out. There's an initiation process happening. We are going above and beyond our instincts. So they're giving us intuitive nudges. And I feel like the intuitive nudges are saying, this is not your partner. This is not yours to go after. And the Aries going, oh, yes, it is. And I'm going to get it. And that's that. So this is the risk they're taking, knowing full well that it's not theirs to have. The complication, let's go one deeper. Okay, on top of the beauty, we go show that you care. This is interesting to me. This is confusing because this is the energy saying you need to go in the direction where you feel the love most wholesomely. And they're going, if we're talking about wholesome, it's not in the direction they're headed. Okay, so there's the trip up. We're going after something here we don't feel wholesome about, but we're going after it now. So it may be after money or looks or something other than love. Okay. So the risk on top of there, we go see the signs. Yeah, there's signs everywhere. Not only our instinct, but outside of us, things are being, doors are being shut. You know, things are coming down here universally. Very strong. They're showing that line and they're just showing it roaring like, one, it could be the Aries energy going after what they want, no matter, nothing's going to stop in the way, or nothing's going to stop from them getting their way. And even if it is fated or unfated, meaning this is not your fate, they're going, I don't care, I'm going after it. Okay, this is really headlong, crashing into a brick wall is what I'm feeling. Complicated. What's complicated? Nurture all that you love. This is what the Aries does not understand. They do not understand true love. This is why they are searching their heart, because they truly are in the wrong place here. I think they know intellectually they're not in love with the person that they're going after. Okay. They know this. They're intuitively, the signs, everything's leading. Yeah, no, we don't go here. But they're going there out of stubbornness. Now, they really need to figure out where their love sits so they can go in that direction, is the sense I'm getting. Okay, that is that for the week. Now, your dragon card is the power that wants to come forth for you this week. Lilac fire. Now, this transmutes through the power of divine love. So this person is learning about divine love. They need a few lessons here. Open up to transcend love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. And I feel like this Aries got nothing, has not got purity of heart on their mind. They're thinking logical, money, direction, like beauty, anything but love. They just haven't figured that out yet. So that lilac fire dragon to transmute all that energy that's mixed up, right? That's complicated. They want to transmute that and put it into a focus of where is our love, period. That's all you have to think about. One question: what do we love? And go in that direction. And if we are confused and this is the direction that we're going, there's universal help there for you to transmute some of that this week, because we are being initiated and we want to know what side of the tracks are you on, because this is going to set your life for the next 20, 30 years. Careful here. It's very serious stuff. Energetically is why I'm doing 3 spiritual readings in a row. We don't want to get tripped up here. These are locked in for 30 years. So if we do bad and we choose bad, it's locked in. We can't get out of it for 30 plus years. We're going to be in hell for 30 years. So you don't want to do that. You want to go in a direction where your love rules, where you're happy, where you get happy. Who doesn't want that? So care less about those outside of you and care more for yourself inside your heart, and you'll make headway here. Man, stubborn energy, man. I'm telling you, they just want to go where they want to go, no matter. And the universe is going, be careful, because this is it. This is it. For most people, this is it. Okay, so that was Aries. Wow. 2915. Leo, how are we doing? First card, self. Well, look at Leo jump right into where the Aries self. We're worried about self. We're gaining peace of mind in ourself. Yeah, we're making headway. They're really making me look at those blue roses. We may even be speaking more peacefully outside of us, creating more peace outside of us is the sense. Why? Because we're in more inner peace on our own, right? And this is how it works. But we didn't realize this until now. Okay, next card, 6 of air. trying to create balance, right? This is about a lot of things, good and dark again, but overall what I get is trying to balance out our energies internal. And I feel like what it is like our anger and love. We're trying to balance our anger so that we don't go outward in it. We're trying to, again, gain inner peace and have that rule. Again, it can't be, well, we can be all peace and there's not a problem, but we have to control our anger is the sense I'm getting here overall. And in doing this, we've come to a mindset where we can process other things, kind of come to a point where we're controlling our anger is really what I'm getting. Next card, Destiny. Why? They're going, this has been pushed highly spiritually because our destiny is coming up here. And see, that's the thing. I don't think people are realizing. People that are going to get harmed the most are those that are quite flippant about things and quite all over the place, can't make up their minds. They're just going to eventually, they're going to click on something and it's going to be locked in. For those people that don't think long term are going to have problems. I feel like the Leo is in a space of dealing with themselves wholly, and that is good in any mode. That's good. Interesting to me, they're making me aware of that third eye being open, but these eyes are closed. They're going, those are closed. So there's something we don't want to see in our reality, but yet we're getting guided instinctively to deal with, and that's part of our destiny. Maybe, I mean, when I deal in romantic relationship, maybe that we are with a partner we don't need, but we don't want to see that yet, and we're getting intuitive nudges that this is, we need something different. This may be something we're dealing with. Okay, on top of the Self card, we have, wow, the Devil. Yeah, there may be some issues here. I mean, the Devil is usually about those things that we feel that we cannot control. We feel we are chained to. And this can be people as well that keep us in anger. They're going, yeah, anger is a huge thing here. Not want to go outward. So this can also be about addiction. So things that we are addicted to. Again, this can be people. Products, things outside of us. Leos can be very lavish, so this can go in any direction, like shopping. It can go like literal addictions, like drink, drugs, that kind of thing. But I feel it has to do with our emotional center. I feel like we are having to kind of tame that quite heavily, and it's a pattern we just may not have strength over. On top of the balancing of the heart that wants to happen here to get rid of anger, we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, we're feeling very passionate because a fire is passionate, right? They are all about going forward, new directions, new inspiration. This is what they're looking for. But we have old habits we got to get rid of first before we can go free and clear. And if you're in a relationship you don't want to deal with, this is part of the problem. Okay. Now, on top of the Destiny card, again, your destiny is coming. Whether you want to deal with your life at the moment to clarify that. We have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, that's about, a lot of work and effort that's been put forward. But we still have a flaming wand we want to go forward with. So an ability to push through things to a high degree. Yeah, and it seems like as time goes on here, because they're showing me the one wand there, she's kind of passively taking a stand here. She's got a lot of passion she wants to come forth with, but she's not running with it. This one here is flaming, and she's got it closer to her. So they're saying the energy here that transfers, how do I say that? Her passion is going to build stronger and stronger and stronger. I don't know, maybe through this week, but maybe through another week. And eventually she's not going to be able to not look at what she needs to look at here. I feel like that's the devil here, is whatever it is, a job, relationship direction, friendship direction, something that's holding us back. And we don't want to look at it. We don't want to deal with it. We know damn well what it is, but we don't want to make it the issue. We don't want to have to get rid of it. We don't want to have to sidestep it. We don't want to. So the passion is going to get to a degree where we can no longer do this. Why? Because it's part of our destiny to deal with this and move on from it, move forward past it. And I feel like we're hanging on to something here. We're trying to give it another good shot, but I feel like it's just holding us back. So I don't know if that shot's going to be worth it. But this may be part of the initiation process as well, right? Part of learning the lesson. Okay, on top of that devil, we have, the Lover's card. So what do you know? This is about someone we feel connected to. Now, interestingly enough, this energy is disconnected. This is someone we may be with or connected to that is dragging us down, okay? What is this card? The Lovers. What is it in our future? We are destined to be part of a love soul connection that we do not have at the moment. We know we don't have it, but we don't want to get rid of this. But this is not going to come through if we don't get rid of the one that is stagnant. Now, it's weird because a week or so ago, I got an energy of somebody leaving. So this is going backwards and telling me that someone's still with someone. Maybe it was a mental process instead of a physical one. Like we want to leave someone, but we haven't physically done it, but we're mentally done. But anyway, that is about deep connections. This is not what I'm picking up here. I'm really not picking up on a partner. I'm picking up on a Leo dealing with their own self to evolve. They got a partner there, but they're not investing in it. Okay, the Ace of Wands, they want passion. They want excitement. They want all of it going forward. But there's a balance that needs to be struck within the Leo in order to realize that they need to go forward in this. We get Nine of Pentacles talking about luxury. Now that could be, I don't know if these fire signs are sticking with people because that's what, how do you say, the abundance is there in a physical way, meaning physically, like things, money, that kind of stuff, monetary things are there. So, because this talks to luxury. So be careful if we're codependent on a partner for money, because this may hold us back from having everything we want, literally, and more. Because they're going, we kind of have everything we want except for the perfect partner. But if we stay here, we just will not gain that perfect partner. So if we have everything we want, what is holding us back? Okay, Nine of Wands. So again, that's about putting last-ditch effort in. We've got some fire in our wands left here. And we've put a lot, that's all those wands in the background is about all the effort we've put forth here. But she's kind of, it's behind her. So again, that's why I feel like emotionally we may be done in a relationship, but we may not be physically gone. And also that flaming wand is showing me that our passion is going to build for things outside of what we have already. So that's going to be more obvious in the future. Now, the next card we get is self-confidence. So that we may be just waiting on the self-confidence to kick in in order to do this. And they're warning, like, we cannot wait. We have to be an active participant. Again, I feel like this Leo is doing great things about calming themselves and doing things differently for different reasons for themselves, not so much for others, which, I mean, can sound selfish, but it's in a good way because the Leo's needing this. They just don't know where they stand on a lot of things. That's what's going on here. It is kind of complex here with the Leo. They're off in a lot of different directions, and I think they're going to need to focus. They're focusing more on themselves, which is good, but they need to focus on their happy and the realization of where it sits. Okay, as we move into the Isis card, first card we get Temple of the Black Obsidian. So the dark healing chamber. So there may be some heavy dark energies that we're dealing with. Again, overall, the universe is swirling. There's dark energies abound here. That's why we're evolving to rise above this. So we need to deal with the shadow part of us. By that, I mean things that bring us down, that recluse us. And when we go in to heal, those things that bring us out of ourselves, out of our life, there's a lot of dark stuff here that needs to be dealt with to a degree. And they're going, we got to feel this as well. So I'm going to read a little bit. They're wanting me to read. But basically, there's dark stuff here that wants to come forward to be cleansed, right? Oh, that's the wrong book. Okay. Trying to read without. Beloved nation, the most challenging task is not to confront an external enemy, but to take courage in both hands and journey within. And I feel like there's an attempt to do this, absolutely, but so to meet your own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love and acceptance and light into it. And that is the sacred purpose of any enemy within or without. So bring more deeply into your own being as we seek to find and heal the darkness from within. Because I think they don't understand what truly makes them angry. Sorry, my note. So we have to figure out why, what we're being triggered by, da da da. That's that whole process of going inward. Okay, next card. Wow. Temple of Lapis Lazuli. So there's a lot of healing here that needs to be done. But this has given me a sense that we are going to make some kind of progress here, or have been, right? There is some darkness that they're saying we have covered. We just can't stop. We can't just stop on that one little package. We have to keep going because there's a lot of buildup here over a lot of time. So Lapis Lazuli, the goddess of ancient skies, says your soul is very ancient, beloved, and does not only herald from the earth, it holds special wisdom of star peoples from civilizations far and near, and with unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition from a civilization based on fear to love-based culture. And this is where I think what they're doing. They're learning to drop the fear and come from love based. This is the transition they're making. You're guided to come into a deeper acceptance of your own inner knowing now. So again, something like dealing with your instinct, they're starting to open up to this or be aware of this. Even though they had it before, they're looking at it differently. And again, we're trying to understand, should I be fearful of this? Da da da. It says ancient souls with the experience of consciousness and community from more spiritually advanced civilizations are here on this planet to be themselves to the fullest extent possible in order to help support each other and heal human culture so that the planet may thrive. And that's the key to all of it, is healing, and then we advance forward. Next, Cartouche. Divine names of power. I'm going to read that as well. I can't remember. This is a deep card. I know that. So I'm just going to read it. Maybe. Okay. So it says divine names of power. So Lady Isis initiates you into her special mysteries. The use of sacred intonations. The words that you speak. Oh, see, we saw the blue. Just give me a minute. They're going. The blue, right? Look at the blue there, and the blue in the roses. That's about what we speak about, the love going outward. So don't speak ill of yourself. And I think they're consciously, the Leo is trying to learn not to speak ill of others, but what they're finding the hardest is not to speak ill of themselves or derogatory, right? But anyway, the words that you speak are rapidly gaining power. To benefit from this power rather than be undermined or held it, practice thoughtful speech and clear your heart of old unforgiveness, which can poison your words unintentionally. As your heart grows in purity, you will be able to speak with spiritual authority, and what you speak of will come into being more swiftly and obviously. Isis is initiating you as a master healer in her sacred tradition of divine names of power. So, what am I getting there? Yeah, because your heart is growing in purity. Speaking and the healing, they're giving me the forgiving those that we cannot forgive. We need to look at that direction. That's really where all the darkness is sitting, and that's where we can clear things out. Is those that we don't want to deal with, and this is the last of the healing here. So this is going to be the bottom of the barrel stuff. We don't want to deal with it at all, but we need to go there and find some sense of forgiveness in those that we cannot forgive. That's what they're showing me, is go there. It says you're being initiated into a healing tradition, and Isis works through the divine names of power. These are sacred words of strength, magic, to create a healing from a place of compassion and devotion to love. She honors that which is worthy of protection and uses endless determination, combined with her skill of speaking words of power, to cause life to thrive, and that which is not worthy of cultivation, which would not serve life, to dissipate and decline. So knowing the difference of what we need to keep and what we need to let go, again, which I was getting highly in this card, like keep and let go, what's good for us, what's not, that balance there. I'm going to see if they have any action. So basically, they have little action. It's about increasing your heart space. So close your eyes and visualize your heart center glowing with white light, and see if that doesn't start expanding this energy of love more greatly. If you just sit and visualize that in your moments, whatever, you can be in the can, who cares? Moments where you're not activated with something else, you just put a white light into your heart and let it glow, and then just carry on your day. Just release it. Don't even think about it. And the universe will activate that in ways to make you see clearer where you need to be healed. I think the cartouche, like, because it's kind of like they're given a sense here of what do you call that? Like incense, right? Like burning things away that need to go, like those things that we don't even realize that we have blocking us. And that's what it is. We have things blocking us that it is going to be hard for the Leo to surpass, but nonetheless, they don't even know it's there. So kind of have to ask for kind of higher power to help us. Now, with the masculine and feminine, we have the strength card on top of the temple of darkness here. And I feel like the Leo is, like I said, contributing to that in some degree here. Now, on top of Lapis Lazuli, we have a masculine card. That's about shape shifting. Yeah. So there is a sense here that we need to change our ways. Again, I feel Leo's starting to grab hold of that and embrace it. But I feel like they're going to be discovering more deeper ways to do this. Now, on top of the cleansing energy that needs to happen, again, watch what we say to others and how we say it, because this is going to be, they're showing me like this is where the flub ups are going to come, is how we go outward, because we're dealing with so much stuff internally. We can snip at people and not realize that we're doing this. We have the Power card on top of the cleansing, right? We have a lot of strength. We're a lion after all, and we need to do some shifting of our field here in order to gain power, and we will truly be off and running, is what they said. So this is really what it's about, is shifting where we feel we need to shift. And again, I feel like they're going to come across it naturally here. There's a bit of a self-awareness coming forward. But again, it's just going to help us get toward our destiny. That's where we're headed. We're funneling towards our destiny. And unfortunately, I feel a sense, no matter what scenario you're dealing with, whether it's job, whatever, I feel like we're not in it. We're not in it. Okay? So we need to go where that feels right. Again, it may be with a different lover altogether. But there's a sense of gaining some self-confidence first before we see more clearly where to go. Now, on our strength, we get fragment. No. Yeah. See, this is what we're having a hard time dealing with. Because it's like we want to, yeah, because, okay. There's an area here we are guided to look at. It is hurtful. It is painful. We went all our lives not dealing with this, and we don't want to deal with it. We're being illuminated. We go there, and it's like, nope, we're splitting off in different directions. So high avoidance of this. So the energy that we're supposed to be focusing on one direction is now fragmenting in three in order. Because if we go in this one direction, we want to make sure we're busied up in three more directions so we don't have to go back there. This is kind of what they're showing me. Okay, so be aware of that. I mean, they are aware of that, but it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. So that's what they're telling me. Now, on the shape shifting, we have oath. So what they're saying is we took an oath a long time ago. We now have to break to ourselves that we would never there's, and it has something to do with the heart. Either we told ourselves we'd never go in this direction again, and we truly feel like we want to go in this direction. So we are being, that is part of the fragmenting. There's something here about the heart and where it wants to go, and the fact that there needs to be healing in order to get there. Okay. And this may have to do with this true love here, or soul connection that we feel towards someone. Now, on the Power, what do we get? The denial. So this is about pulling the grapes off the fruit before they're truly ready. There might be some bitterness here, right? And I do get that highly for the Leo. There's bitterness here that we have to deal with within ourselves toward another person. And we may be in denial of the love that we have for someone else. And that may be because we need healing in this area. And that is where we are fragmenting. We are of two minds. We want to go, but we don't want to go. We made an oath a long time ago that we would never go back, so we cannot do this. That oath can be broken. They're going, it is not something that, if it truly makes you happy, then why are we in denial of going there, right? If it is our happy, why are we stopping ourselves from going there? So this is the thing. We really have to come to terms with what makes us happy. And the sense here is that we got a lot of energy telling us not to go in a direction, but it's not our energy. but we're taking it on as ours. And this is the healing that needs to happen, because we need to just figure out where we want to go, where we think we're going to be happy. And if we figure that out, I feel like you will be more illuminated to the fact of what needs to be healed here. And this may be the dark side altogether. This may be the dark energy that needs to be healed. And the strength against, because we've made an oath that we wouldn't go there. And now we have to, now we're fragmenting because, and that's the thing too with fragmenting, it depletes energy. It doesn't build energy. So that's telling you you're going the wrong way. So the fact that we're of two minds here, I'm getting somebody who's really conflicted. They truly love someone, but they don't want to go in that direction because of an oath they made to themselves or someone else outside of them. And they just won't go back on that no matter how much they feel they care for this person. So a denial of the love that they hold really is what it is. Now, on top of the fragmented energy, we have time to reflect, right? So we really do have to reflect on all of this energy with an open mind. They'll go start with the mind and then go into the heart later, because there's more healing needing to be done here before we can truly see straight. Now, on top of this oath, we have embraced the feminine. So we may be in our masculine mode. And I feel for the Leo, we need to embrace our compassion. We need to embrace a new way of being for ourselves going forward. I feel like the Leo here that I'm picking up on, it's just not themselves. Just everything in their life is an illusion. It's kind of just there but it's like until I get what I want, but I have to deny what I want because everything outside of me says I can't have what I want. But you're the person that matters, so you have to do that for yourself. It's really how do you express that? It is like maybe this person, like maybe it's someone in our family that doesn't like them, or our whole family doesn't like this person. So we decide, well, we're not going to, even though we truly love and care for this person, we can't go back because everybody else hates them, or everybody else doesn't like them, or everybody else doesn't approve of them in some kind of way. So we give up on it because, yeah, everybody else knows better than I know myself. No, they don't. So there's a sense of compassion needing to happen for ourselves and where we put our heart. We have to believe that we feel for this person, and we have to reflect on that more. And I think they are, well, maybe they're not. No. Every time they go there, they get, it's like Teflon, man. I can't let it stick because I just made an oath to someone or somebody or myself that I wouldn't go there, so I can't. Again, this shape-shifting energy needs to happen. Now, denial. Be vigilant. Feel like the vigilance is about our way forward, right? Because this guy's looking ahead. And the tree is about grounding in, and what is it? It's like right along the line of fire with that the tree is growing in line just under his heart and how his soul, right? It's like the tree of life is growing in his soul. And that's what I'm getting for the Leo. It's like their spiritual side wants to come forth and be, but it's like they're pretending of a life outside of themselves. The one is not happy, not making them happy in any way, shape, or form. And they're just losing themselves in it. Now the Leo is recognizing that, wanting to come forth. But again, it's a process. So this is where we're at. We're in the beginning processing. We're in the beginning process of learning how to open up to what it is we truly want. And we're going to be funneled into an area where we're going to reflect on this quite highly, because we got to understand what's going on here, and we don't. Now, your dragon, black dragon from Saturn, he brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. So it says concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself. You have passed a test. So, and I feel like the test so far is about self-worth and self-mastery. Though we not mastered ourselves yet, we were on our way. We were picking up our instinct and going in the directions, and that's the path of the test. This is the first step in the process, and we got to go step by step here. And so there's a sense here that there's a spirituality wanting to come from in, and they're going, yes, we have touched base with the spirituality, so now we can go forward with more deeper meaning. So in other words, this Leo is trying to get in touch with their heart, and they've taken the first step. Now they cannot go back. We will be making progress here. Even though we don't want to, we will be. And this is part of the healing path. So this is good. Leo's finally caved into looking inside to see what it is that's truly making us upset. And here we go. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to come into our destiny as soon as we help adjust and heal from it. Okay, boom, there it is. Whoa, these fire. Okay, that's heavy. Now, Aries, Leo, now Sagittarius last on list. Okay, first card, 10122. Sag, 3 of water. Now it's interesting. I was looking at one of my readings I did a while back, and I was talking about going with the flow, and then they said after, that person could be going against the flow. And I was like, oh, I'll have to look at that next time. She looks so happy going with the flow, but again, they're making me aware, if we're going with the wind, then our hair would be blowing forward, right? Again, water. So the sense here, we may be going with our against, because they're making me aware of that, against our emotional center here. Sag may be doing this, okay? But we're happy to do this, and we're feeling quite guided, and in certain ways we are. But emotionally, I feel like the Sag is coming across a little bit of conflict, okay? So bear with me here. Next card is choice. We may have a choice in our life here that we have to make as we go forward. Again, yeah, they're showing me. This is the same card we had a few weeks ago for the Sag, which was like bleeding. I say bleeding, but leaking things out in an emotional kind of way. We need to do this. They're going, we have not done this yet. I said, okay. Though we are guided, right? This is the guide going, come on, just let her rip. Let her go, let her go. They're going, no, we are not. And we will headlong into a collapse, and that's okay. It'll get out then. But we just didn't want it to come to that. We wanted to be wanted to volunteer that healing, but it will come in a more catastrophic way, is the sounds of it. Now, masculine and feminine energy, whenever this comes forth, and again, we're in fire here, this is what it has to do with partnerships in this way. There's some venting we need to do within a partnership. We do not want to face our emotions, though we are dealing with them. We're not healing from them, but we're looking at them and being emotionally removed. That's what they're saying. Okay. So on top of this 3, which usually, this one usually has to do with kind of going with the flow. I'm feeling, for the most part, we are, but our emotional state, we're not tapping into at all. We're just in refusal to do this. On top of that, we have the Ace of Coins. When I have the Ace of Coins in here and I'm talking about love, it talks about money above all else. This is what we're dealing with, our money, our finances, and the opportunities that it gives. So that's where we're at right now, okay? Now, on top of the choice, it feels like there's a decision that needs to be made here. Maybe in a relationship way. We get the King of Swords. Yeah, see, again, they're saying tap into your emotional side. This will do you good when dealing with situations in the future. Now, the King of Swords, he does not deal with the heart. This is why. So, if you're Sag and You are definitely dealing with facts and figures, not a lot of love here. You will make the best decision as you see fit without the heart involved and dealing with logic alone. And in fact, it may even come down to just money. Now, on the masculine and feminine, we have the Seven of Wands, and that talks about putting up a wall against someone. So if we're talking about partnerships here, this is not good. We have basically created a barrier against someone. We're dealing with the facts, Jack, and not only that, I'm dealing with my money. So we may have some people here having problems in their relationships and they're going to work to solve it. Or they may have new work opportunities opening up for them. King of Swords, again, we're not dealing with anything but what we need to at this point. And right now, there may be an opportunity for work, so we're going to jump at that and jump into that, and everything else can just wait because I'm not dealing. Because the sense here is I'm not dealing with, I got the facts and I got a wall up against my partner and I'm going to work. And that's it. I'm out the door. Next. 10 of Wands, about too busy. What do you know? That's on the work card. I'm too busy to deal with this. And what do you know? So obviously we've got the universe rewarding us here. So something must have went right somewhere. But at this point, dealing with a partner, no, man, sorry, too busy. On the King of Swords, we have the Seven of Wands, the upper hand. This guy's worried about getting the upper hand. He wants to make damn sure that he's going to come out winning. And if he can't, he ain't going to play his cards, okay? So the Seven of Wands, talking about the upper hand, trying to gain their self-esteem back is what I'm getting. So we may have a partner in a relationship that has taken away a lot of our self-esteem in this area. And now this wasn't it? They're showing me, I don't know if it's last week or the before, talking about an energy that is, give me a minute here. I lost it. It's gone. But anyway, it was, look back on the Sag a week before here. There's something that clings to this energy. It's self-esteem in this area. On the Seven of Wands, what do we get there? That's the barrier we have either against our partners. It's not against work because work is opening up for us. So it's interesting. And when that happens, we've done something here. And it may be in the self-worth area. We may have been beaten down by a partner. And instead of putting up that fight, we went inside and dealt with our self-esteem, and then an opportunity, because we healed something there, and then opportunities open in the job front so they can go there. So it seems to be the fault is on the other side of the Sag here somehow, some way. This is what I'm now interesting. Guess what they're telling me now? The Seven of Wands, right? That's about that defense. Now, there is a card in this deck that says Nine of Wands, against the grain. And that's the sense they were giving me with this card. Now, you have to take that energy of against the grain because the air is flowing. They're going against the flow, not with it, right? So I was like, yeah, that's funny. And they're going, but that was the energy that, okay, anyway, I'm not going to. But this is that energy. Again, we may be going with the flow with some things, but emotional center, absolutely not. But there seems to be reasons here why we're doing this. And it seems to be justified, and not only that, rewarded by the universe. So I don't know where this sits. We're going to get into Isis here and see what depths we come from here. Because it seems to be there's a universal energy here that approves of something that the Sag has done in a certain way. There it is, Pyramid of Light. That is spiritual energies protection. I'll read it. I know what it means, but I'll just read it because it sounds so much better the way they put it than the way that I put it. Pyramid. Oh, yeah, that's way past C. Okay. LMNOP. Okay, so again, psychic protection, this is what this is about. So again, that was what I was sensing before I even pulled this card, was the fact that the universe is on their side for going off and hiding at work. So it may be an avoidance of arguments, avoidance of things like this that this person may be bringing forth. And because the Sag has taken time to remove themselves from the chaos, center themselves, they've been rewarded in a opening of a job area, or an increase in money flow, or new opportunities in job. This is the way the Sag is being rewarded, and they soak that stuff up real good. So it says step your vibration deeper into love. Now, this is not what I feel the Sag is doing, but nonetheless, it says as a being growing in significant light, darker energies can become more attracted to you. There's nothing to fear, and only more mastery and awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. Unfortunately, I'm getting a feeling here that we have the Sages evolving and their partner is devolving or showing their true stripes that maybe the Sag wasn't aware of before we get a dark energy, a low frequency and a higher frequency. Trying to separate here, okay? Nothing to fear, only more mastery and awareness of power and protection of divine love and experience. Here is guidance on the skills you have within you now to deal with any undesired interference. And again, I feel like this is a partnership. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it's now time to end that interference with love and compassion. Now, this also brings you confirmation that you are growing spiritually, and as such, there are higher levels of responsibility and skill required of you to continue to thrive and blossom to even deeper places of spiritual expansion. These new levels will feel joyful to you as they bring you to a greater personal mastery and freedom from fear. So this is where the Sag is going. They're hitting a new checkpoint. They're gaining momentum here. And unfortunately for some, I feel there's partners here that are lower frequency. This is not going to go over well. And really what's going to happen is we're just going to have a greater divide of the partners. They're just going to really go individually in their own areas and do their own thing with less and less contact, less and less communication, less and less jiving with the partner. So if we're married, it's really sad. But at the same time, this is something showing that, illuminating that it is becoming more obvious that we're not meant to be here. And we may know this on a certain level already. Stay true and be in your power. Osiris, Isis, and Lord of Lady, Divine Authority. That's pretty self-explanatory. There's a certain sense of power that this Sagittarius is coming from. I feel like, again, they've separated themselves from a partner or whatever it was that was of lower vibration. They went into themselves and they figured out what they needed to do, and now they're doing it. Again, I feel like we got a lot of people locked. So it may be even family situations where we can't get out of, marriages we can't get out of, this kind of thing. I'm feeling a locked in sensation where we just block off the partner, period, and continue living, but we're still in close quarters. So there's something to do with that kind of energy, but they're basically saying stay true to you and be in your own power, and it will be obvious what you need to do as you move forward. Portal of light. Yeah, there's a lot of light coming forth for these Sags at this time, that you are not who you thought you were, and you are in fact a much vaster being. And sometimes this was shocking and uncomfortable and difficult to accept. At other times it's gentle and made sense to you. You're learning to integrate this awareness of your vast self into your life. The practical consequences of doing so are extraordinary. To live and less fear and security, to become more detached and more passionate, more loving, less demanding, to need less and receive more, to feel more joy and exert less force to attain it. Such wonderful gifts await you. Yeah, so I feel like this is kind of like the first rung in their spiritual path here, where they do realize that it shouldn't be hard to be in a loving, in a compatible relationship. Shouldn't be hard work, and the amount of work that they've done is needless, meaning we're not paired up properly, right? So this is the sense here. I really feel it's in a personal area, but nonetheless, power of light, where we're protected. We have a masculine card talking about perfection. Whatever that means to each individual fighting for it, I feel here is more of a going forward for the Sagittarius, even though I don't feel like they would show themselves outward like this with the face, rah, I'm going, but that's what they feel inside. Their spirit is wanting to fight for what they want in their life. And this is not perfection, nowhere near it. So they need to go after that, is what I'm getting. That's a masculine card. Next, on your power, right? We get contentment. Again, this is the pregnancy card of this deck. It is a feminine card. Something new wanting to come forward here, a new way. I feel for this Sag, I mean, it could be pregnancy for some. Very low though. For most, I feel it's a birthing of a new way forward, and also a birthing of a new way of dealing within our own selves. So then our world is going to be different, because we're going to be dealing outside of ourselves in the same way, differently. So we're going to get different results, and it's going to be amazing type thing, because one, we're coming more into our power, and then because of this, that increases your vibration, and because of that, it brings things from your outer world in. And it may just be that the process right now that's being illuminated is the job area. So away we go. Portal of light. We have action. Yeah, look. So there's offers being made, and what do you know? We're going to take action in every bloody direction there is. So that may be part of the process here, is we're rewarded through work for our inner successes, right? And we're going to take action and take advantage of that in every direction. One, it gets us away from our partner, and two, it truly does make us happy. I feel like whoever's in this mode here, we may have a work period here where we get interrupted quite a bit in our work, or something, or maybe non-consistent is what they're saying. So when we have it, we appreciate it more than the average. Okay. So this is the sense I'm getting. And again, there's new energy that wants to come forth in this way. And it may be that we're being rewarded through work. Okay. So on the perfection card, I can't remember that. We have belonging in the house of night. Now, this makes me think about darkness and shadows and whatnot. Now, belonging is a pretty good word, a higher vibrational word, but it's like we don't know where we belong. So we're kind of in limbo that way. We know we don't belong with our partner, but we don't know outside of that where we might fit. So this may be the conundrum that has been holding the Sag back for so long, because we just, until we figure out what we are all about, there's a sense of not knowing where we belong. Okay, on that new energy that wants to come forth, we have choices. Yeah, there's a sense here of needing to make a decision. about where we belong, really. I mean, look at them looking. They go, look at them looking at the darkness. What's the word? I said, belonging. They said, yeah. We got to make a choice about where we belong. We know where we don't belong. So now we got to figure out where we do belong. And sometimes you can stay in limbo for a while. But if you know what you need to get rid of, you need to do that. On top of the action, we get the High Priestess of Fire. Yeah. Back to our element. We're going to take action. We got to make a decision, take an action, and go where we figure we belong. That's really what it is. There's a decision needing to be made here. Pretty clear cut. On top of the belonging card, know your fears. Yeah, see, that's what it is. The darkness wants to come forth. What are your fears? Are you codependent? Are you don't want to be alone, so you don't leave your partner? So then you're unhappy and you stay with a partnership that both people could do better. This kind of thing. Choices. What do we have here? Seek the lesson. Yeah, there's some lessons coming down the pipe or have been in the past, and maybe this is what we're overviewing to a high degree to come up with answers, right? We're really trying to gain the upper hand here because we've got a lot of burdens up upon us with this relationship, I feel mostly. And now we're running away to work to deal with that. And that will only suffice for so long before we have to make a choice here. We are going a bit against the grain in the way that I feel like we don't plan on making a decision or a choice. But yet we're barred off, in defense against someone here. That for some reason it's like we don't speak up or something's going on there, or there's a fear of leaving officially doing, cutting off this direction officially. A High Priestess of Fire, what do we get there? Honor Gaia. Yeah. They're going, look at the darkness over here is us staying, and then we can slowly work our way to the lightness of day. A new day dawns, and earth and everything. We can see everything so differently if we were to leave a lower, because there's a lower frequency here. It just absolutely is what I'm getting. There's a lower frequency. We're attached to it. We don't want to be. We know on every level, but we will not leave. So this is really what that choice is. They need to understand that, one, the energy's coming down here to funnel you in a right area. If you start resisting, it's going to get worse. The dragon power for this week, magenta, enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. So awakens your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. So we're on the path here to get more energy, to make it more clear, to a degree where we just cannot do this anymore. We cannot. It is. They're going, this is pretty flaming for them at this point. It should be quite obvious to move, but again, the Sag is not feeling like they want to act on this yet, though they know on every other level that they should. So there's your dragon trying to get you inflamed with more higher knowledge, more higher vibrational stuff that'll make you understand why you need to do it. Make a choice and go. Because again, the universe in the fall here is going to be putting people together. If you go past the fall and like if you're coming into the summer or even like last fall and you know that this is a relationship you're not happy with, they're trying to set up people with their mates that are soulmates, twins, higher frequency stuff. If you miss out on this, people will be going to others. We will miss out on it it's not going to turn over for like 30 years, 20 to 30 years. So if we're feeling a drive to go here, it's for a reason. And if we feel a high drive and we resist that, we may not get our happy on the other end. We'll be stuck in dark energy, and you just don't want that. You don't want it. These fires are very stubborn. So that is the fire energies for the week. I'm hoping to be in next week to do, again, we need one more spiritual reading to get them going. So we'll see what my thing entails. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I don't know if I'll be in or not. But in the meantime, take it easy, and hopefully you get stuff from the readings. Take care. Have fun and be kind.